salivary glands ay mahalagang bahagi ng ating katawan. Sila ang responsable sa paggawa ng laway o saliva na tumutulong sa digestion, panlasa at proteksyon ng ating bibig. Pero minsan, ang mga salivary glands ay nagkakaroon ng problema at ang bukol sa paligid ng panga, leeg o bibig ay maaaring senyales ng isang seryosong kondisyon.
Ngayong umaga, bibigyang linaw po natin ang mga sintomas at treatment option para sa salivary gland cancer. Sama natin live mula sa Cebu ang ENT Head and Neck Oncologic Surgeon na si Dr. Maria Nieto H. Lucero Jr. Dr. Lucero, magandang umaga po sa inyo at welcome po sa Rise and Shine Pilipinas.
Good morning po. Good morning po to our viewers.
Good morning.
Diane Kirer po ito with Ice Martinez. Alright, Doc, pakipaliwanag nga po sa amin itong salivary gland cancer na ito. At saan banda po ba ito usually tumutubo?
Okay. Kasi we'll start with kasi salivary, when you say salivary gland cancer, we have major and minor salivary gland kasi. So when you say major, you have three. One is situated just anterior in front of your ear but below, right here. So this is ito ang parotid gland. Then you have the submandibular gland, another major salivary gland, which is situated below the mandible right here. Okay. Then you have the sublingual, which is found at the floor of the mouth. Then you have the minor salivary glands, which approximately 800 to 1,000, small mucous secreting glands, which is found anywhere in the oral cavity, inside the mouth, inside the nose, inside the sinuses, and even in the aerodigestive tract. So, yun. So, when you say cancer, so it depends kung saan ang naepektuhan, no? For example, cancer sa parotid gland. So, dito ang bukol sa parotid, no? So, if it's submandibular, dito. Or if it's a sublingual, it's on the floor of the mouth. Yun. It's an abnormal growth.
Dok, ano-ano po bang iba't ibang klase ng salivary gland cancer?
So, as what I mentioned, I already mentioned yung mga major and minor salivary glands. But maraming type, no? I think if I name all the types, medyo marami. But I can mention siguro yung mga common, the most common when it comes to cancer. So when it comes to parotid, the most common type of cancer there is the mucoepidermoid carcinoma. Then the parotid is right here, right? So yun. Then when it comes to submandibular gland, the most common is adenoid cystic carcinoma and all the minor salivary glands, except the minor salivary glands in the nasal cavity and in the sinuses, which is the actinic cell carcinoma. So yun, I think the three most common na lang. But marami. There are non-cancerous, also uncancerous.
At Dok, para sa kaalaman ng ating viewers, ano po ba yung specific type na cancer na meron si Ate Gay? Nasa leeg.
So, yung cancer niya, nabasa ko kasi mucoepidermoid carcinoma, if I got it right. So yun, it's the most common type of cancer, and it commonly occurs in the parotid gland right here, dito. So, yun. So, most likely,
Nagagamot ito, Doc?
Yes, depende kung anong stage, no? Kung anong stage na detect. No, the best, no, kapag earlier stage kasi, ma'am, yung talagang siya, makukuha siya. Lahat na tumor. Pero kapag advanced stage, as I've read, parang stage 4 na ata si Ate Gay.
Yes.
So, hindi na yan makuha kasi nag-invade, especially kapag nag-invade na ng mga vital structures po. So, yun. Yung cancer kasi, it's very, time is very critically important in management of cancer. So, kapag na-detect ng early, yung outcome ng ng management, ng treatment, maganda. Pero kapag na-detect ng late na, then late na nag-start ng treatment, yung outcome medyo hindi maganda.
So early detection really is very important sa ganitong sakit.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, Doc, sino po ba
Yes.
ang mas at risk sa sakit po na ito?
So, when you say at risk, no, marami, salivary gland, it's usually, yung mga tao na may history na nag-treatment ng radiation therapy, yung mga exposed sa mga viruses like the Epstein-Barr virus or even the human papilloma virus, then mga tao na yung smoke, mga bisyo na smoking, alcohol, then viral infections, the one I mentioned earlier, EBV and HPV, then yung mga mga occupational hazard, no, mga nickel, asbestos, mga ganon, mga welding, yung mga nagtatrabaho sa sa mga talyer, yung mga mga dust or silica dust or wood dust, yung mga
exposed po
carpentry natin.
sa fumes.
Then
Yung exposed po sa mga toxic fumes, gases. Tama po
yes
ba?
po, ma'am.
Nabanggit o naibahagi po ni Ate Gay sa kanyang social media na naoperahan na siya at nawala na yung bukol sa leeg. Ano po ba yung resulta nito? Kasi stage 4 na rin yun. Kapag naoperahan po ba, may chance pa bang bumalik yung bukol?
Yes, oo. Na-check ko sa internet yung ginawa kay Ate Gay. Parang nag-ano muna sila, nag-chemo radiation, if I got it right.
Yes.
Then lumiit yung cancer, pagliit ng cancer, inoperahan na siya. Am I right? So correct me if I think yun nabasa ko. So yun, kasi originally unresectable yung tumor niya. So medyo malaki, nag-encroach ng mga vital structures. Then anong ginawa? Parang nagki-chemo radiation. Then yung lumiit na, inoperahan na. Yun ang pagkakuha ko. Tama ba po ba ako?
Opo. Babalik po ba yun?
Oh, yun. Yes, especially if it's I don't really, I didn't went in during the surgery, pero so sa pagkakuha ko, advanced na ito eh. So probably yung margin during the surgery, marami kasing factors that influence the recurrence. Yung positive surgical margins, kapag hindi makuha lahat ng cancer, then kapag may invasion na sa nerve or sa mga vascular structures, or if the tumor stage or the type of the tumor is high grade or the stage is advanced, which is the case of Ate Gay, advanced stage na, and then the location. So usually this is approximate recurrence rates, usually around 10% to 30%, within 5 years. That's why after the treatment, after the surgery, and after the therapy, usually we will do follow-ups, frequent follow-ups and monitoring of the patient within 5 years. Then after 5 years, monitoring pa rin. Pero medyo at least annually na. So yun.
Doc Lucero, pwede bang maiwasan na magkaroon nitong ang cancer na ito? Or may effect din ba yung genes na mamana rin ba ito, Doc?
Yes, marami kasing mga kasi this is not just cancer but I think for sa lahat ng sakit, sabi nila kapag kapag you have the genes, wala ka ng choice eh. Yun ang sabi nila, like for example, diabetes, wala ka ng choice kasi may genes ka na eh. So you'll at a certain period of your life, darating yan. But may bagong study ngayon, you can search it. May bagong study ngayon na even if you have the genes but you don't have the triggers, hindi siya darating. So it needs a trigger. So anong trigger? Ito ang lifestyle. Ito ang yung mga exposure ng mga risk factors na binanggit ko kanina.
Opo.
So if you don't have the triggering factor, which is the risk factors that I mentioned earlier, posible na hindi ka makakuha ng ganito.
Well, marami tayong natutunan
So it is a
ngayon
trigger.
kaya Doc, tungkol sa sakit na ito, itong salivary gland cancer. Maraming salamat po sa mga vital information na inyo pong binahagi sa amin ngayong umaga, Dr. Nieto Lucero Jr. Thank you po, Doc.
Thanks for having me po.